What's up, guys? It's Vic, the Ninja Closer here. I'm here with another awesome closer, Nick Doria. The last time I did a video, we talked about, we had JD on and we asked him about the mastermind and the things that he's done. Nick here has gone through the program. Nick here is one of our strong students. So we just would like to get some information from Nick, see where he's been and how the mastermind has helped him. So what's up, Nick? Welcome. Thanks for coming.
How's it going? Thanks for having me. I thought I had
Good,
that.
man.
All right, great.
No worries, no worries. All right,
Way to just make it kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, things are going good.
So
It's been an awesome ride so far.
that's great. So, dude, tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, like, who's Nick Doria?
Man, so I tend to like to get a frog in my throat, so that's a weird little quirk. But about me, I'm an avid car dude. So, as you already know, but cars are definitely a big passion of mine. I live in the St. Louis area right now, but originally from Chicago, and just wanted to get back into sales because I had a background a couple of years ago when I was a real estate agent and wanted to get back into the swing of things to ultimately have more control over my life.
Bless you.
Thank you. So, yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me.
Okay. So you're trying to transition into high ticket, and are you working now?
Yes, so I do have a position with Ad Outreach. I started about almost 3 weeks ago. So next week will be the first month. So the first week was kind of onboarding and did some of the job, and then the last 2 weeks have mainly been the position, which wouldn't have happened without a lot of help.
Awesome. So walk us through that. How long have you been in the mastermind?
I joined mid-March, so about 2 months now, and I have had a couple of positions. It didn't really take very long to find one. The difference was finding the right one, and that's definitely a lot harder and would not have happened without the guidance of like, hey, here's the things you need to be aware of. Because I had I had two positions where, man, I don't know what it is with this. It's serious today. But I had like two or three positions where it was you're being that 10% entrepreneur where you're doing literally helping them build the business, but yet you're getting 10% of the benefit of doing all that additional work. So finding that right fit that's got their process set up, they're established, they're able to provide that support to help you progress your career, and then also has a team of people doing what you're already doing. So you have examples of, hey, who's doing the best on the team and how can I model what they're doing that works? And that way I can be a more valuable member of the team. And those ideas I may have came across on my own, but it would have taken me a lot longer than 2 months to figure out most of that stuff.
Yeah. So let's go back for a second. How far were you in the high ticket closing space? How long were you in that space before you came to the mastermind?
So I signed up for a course that majority of people have at this point, and that was back in December. So I was maybe 4 months into it,
Okay.
but I really wasn't. I don't like to say that I was really into it until I joined the free group, because that's when I actually started to actively start looking for a position and do interviews and stuff like that. So, I mean, technically 6 months, but really probably more like 3.
Okay. Okay. And so mid-March, you joined the mastermind. And what was your first impression of the first week? How did that go for you? What was your impression of that week?
That I made the right decision. That it's very rare to find somewhere where the mentor actually is a legitimate mentor, because there's a lot that will, they'll give you a course and all this other stuff, and then they just leave you to figure it out on your own. Well, like, yeah, that's good to have some kind of direction, but where the real value comes in is by saying, hey, like, this is what I'm struggling with. What have you done in your experience? Because that's what a true mentorship is. It's building that relationship one to one or even in a group, but still asking that question like, hey, here's what I'm struggling with. What has your experience taught you? And like, how can I approach this situation the best way? So in that way, I'm not shooting myself in the foot unnecessarily. Like, because chances are, if they're a mentor, they've actually gone through it themselves, either learning from somebody else or learning the hard way. So the whole point of having that mentor is to dodge those roadblocks that you would hit otherwise.
What would you say the best part of the structure of the mentorship was for you?
um, I would definitely say the Q&As are probably one. I mean, all the calls are extremely useful, but the Q&As are very good for gauging where you're at and getting that, like, okay, am I on track or am I off track? Like, where do I need to adjust? And then other people asking questions too, you learn so much more from that too, because that might be something you're also needing to be aware of or learn. The group as a whole, in terms of structure, just the whole group is, everybody wants to help each other. So like, while we're trying to reach our goals, it's not like this competition thing where it's like, oh, well, I'm trying to do this, so like, I don't want to help you. No, it's literally the complete opposite. Because opportunity isn't limited at all. It's definitely there. So it's very refreshing to be around a group of people that all want to help each other succeed, and that's so rare to find.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, when he says Q&As in the mastermind, we have about 4 to 6 calls, would you say, each week? 4 to 6 calls each week,
Yeah.
closer to the 6 mark. And 2 of those calls each week are question and answers. So there's no real topic to talk about. You just come in and you get to throw everything you're struggling with, all of the issues that you've been having, mindset, workflow, whatever else you need to work with. And we all just kind of help each other answer these questions. You go through, like, this is what I would do. We teach our strategy in the question and answer, but we also allow other people to kind of give their experience and what they can and can't get their heads around what they have or have not accomplished and mastered.
U Inc. is another one that was huge, just because transitioning that thought of, hey, I got to start thinking of myself as a business, and like, how do you structure that?
Yeah.
Which I've kind of done, but never to like that kind of level or like that kind of process. So it was just definitely very detailed, and the framework of it was very good. And then the call alone is, I mean, I love the Q&As, but the U Inc. calls are,
Yeah.
It's hard to say which one's my favorite, because honestly, all the calls are really good.
So you come in the mastermind, you dive in, you apply yourself, you do the work. And then how long did it take for you to get that first interview with that good position?
Um, Honestly, I started to get interviews almost as soon as I got into the free group. But I didn't start to get good interviews until after I joined the mastermind, and that took maybe 2 weeks,
Okay.
if that. And
Awesome.
then once I really started to implement everything, then everything just kind of exploded from there. Then it was like, oh, hold on.
Yeah. Cool. So the position you have now, is it something that you feel like is a top tier, top quality position?
Without a doubt. I mean, they're literally the leading industry leader in their niche. Like, if you think YouTube ads, you think of Aller Heck. Like, if you click on his ad, you cannot get away from this man. He is everywhere. His targeting game is insane.
Nice.
So it's definitely a very high level job, which I love that, because it makes you bring it every day. So it's,
Yeah. For anyone watching who doesn't, or it's on the fence about the mentorship or the undeniable closer mastermind, what would you say to them as kind of a, like, what would you say to them about it?
I would say, if what's making you hesitate, is it because maybe you've been burned in the past, which, depending on your life experience, it's highly likely that we all have been at some point. I know I have been in the past, but one of the most important things is you want to look at the company that that person has. Like, who are they surrounding themselves around? Like, what's the quality of people that they associate with? That was one of the biggest things that drew me in personally myself, was just the more interactions I had with the team, the more I'm like, okay, I can actually trust these guys. They're not after money. They're after making an impact and making a change, which is very important. But if you're on the fence, I would say you have nothing to lose by at least starting that conversation and seeing where it goes. Because I know for sure I definitely would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for everybody in the group, and of course for JD, with all the help that I've had. So I don't even know if I would still be in the net, like in the industry even. Like, I'm pretty dedicated to making things work, but with all the things that I've learned, I'm pretty sure it's sped up my learning curve by, God, I don't even know, probably at least a few years.
Wow, that's awesome. So if you could go back and start all over again in the industry, would you have joined the mastermind first thing?
Um, I don't know if I would have had enough insight. I would have joined earlier for sure. And there's a couple things I maybe wouldn't have gotten, but I definitely would have done it sooner, just because of what I know now for sure.
Yeah.
I would say, if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate, because the only thing that's holding you back, if you put in the work and apply the strategies that's in there, is literally yourself. Because I mean, we had that 3 week span where literally it felt like almost every single person that didn't have a position in the mastermind, it was like every day for like 2 to 3 weeks. It was awesome. But those are the same people that were putting their head down and grinding away at the process and putting in the work. So if you're serious about it, then by all means, definitely pursue it. If you're on the fence, I would still pursue it, but just know you get out of it what you put into it. But JD will also be there along the way, putting in just as much, if not even more, than you are. So
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna try to talk to more people in the mastermind and get their takes from it, good and bad, right? Who's one person you think I should talk to next?
oh man, that's a tough one. Fatima, I think, would definitely be a very good one, or Rosario,
Okay.
or Liz, Joy, Evan,
Yeah.
Eric. Man, it's a long list.
All right. So I will draw a name from a hat and pick one of those. But yeah, thanks for your time, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on and giving your experience. I hope that it's kind of helps people who may be on the fence, or maybe like, well, I don't know if it's going to work for me. I hope that it's kind of helped give some people some clarity. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
Yep. See you soon.
All right, man. Bye.